1 week from today, I will be at the Scouting Combine. We will be watching players work out. The Combine begins 1 week from today. And my ear will be to the ground on all the rumors, the hot rumors, all of the things going on. And the number one story, I think, going into that Combine and coming out of it will be what about this free agent class for quarterbacks and who will be in it. You know, we don't know who's going to be in it. Is Aaron Rodgers going to stick around to be in the free agent pool? Is there something up with Matthew Stafford and the Rams? The answer is yes. He's not going to play for $22 million next year. The question is, what is the number that the Rams are willing to have him play for? And does it include any guaranteed dollars beyond this year, which would then predicate the Rams and Stafford finishing out Stafford's career together? Potentially. And how many guaranteed years will that be? And if he doesn't hear those numbers, does he dare force the situation prior to the new league year opening up? Because that's the only way Matthew Stafford is of significance in the free agency period, is if he pulls a Myles Garrett. Because he and the Rams don't see eye to eye already quickly enough. And the Rams may decide to move on from him earlier than expected, which is an MO of their front office with players. Maybe even Cooper Kupp is that example this time around. But for me, the linchpin is Sam Darnold. And my ear will be to the ground on Sam Darnold when I get to the Combine, because, as you know, I always report back what I hear of rumors.
Oh, it's the
I
best.
turn into an annual mongerer on that front.
Fantastic.
And I'm always accurate when it comes to Vikings quarterbacks, as last year, number 4 on my list of rumors is that plan B for the Vikings at quarterback, if Kirk Cousins doesn't return, it's Trey Lance. So I'm very accurate. Just so everyone understands, my number 1 rumor involved that the Giants were done with Daniel Jones, and number 2 is that the Cowboys' sense of all in was to do nothing to their roster. And guess what? I was right about those. Who wants Sam Darnold? Who's going to pay him? What does he want in terms of market value? Does he lower the bar, which is 60 mil? Does anybody give him Dak's number? Does anybody approach Dak's number? Does anyone approach Tua's number? Does anyone approach Jared Goff's or Trevor Lawrence's number with this guy? What does he want? What is he going to force? What will the market tell him he's worth? And who's the one to set that market? These are the major questions. Are the Vikings involved? Do they dare even franchise tag him over the next few weeks? What does that read into their situation with J.J. McCarthy? As you know, J.J. came on the Tuesday of Super Bowl week and said he has been told essentially nothing other than the fact that they love him and that he is part of their future. Is it now? Is he ready to have it now? He says he's ahead of schedule. What does Sam Darnold do is the most important question. And how does that fit into the draft? Because, again, the teams that looking for quarterbacks right now, you look at the top 10 of the NFL draft order, and you see the Titans sitting at number 1. Are they in the market? Would Sam Darnold be the guy there? Could he be the guy there? Could they basically say, we're going to sign Sam Darnold? Sorry, Will Levis, we're kind of done here. Or Sam is willing to come here for 3 years, and we'll see if Will Levis can marinate. And Sam Darnold thrives in the Brian Callahan offense, and they go ahead and draft Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter or sell the draft choice. Do the Cleveland Browns say, Sam, you're the guy here. You come here. You know, you were the second quarterback taken in the draft. We were the ones who made you the second quarterback taken in the draft because we took Baker Mayfield first, and we should have held on to him. And look where we are now. How about you come in here, Sam? and then they go ahead and draft someone else, unless the Titans and the Browns fall in love with Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders over the next few weeks, and then they'll just draft one of those, and the Giants are sitting there at 3. Do the Giants just say, you know what, Cam Ward ain't it, Shedeur Sanders ain't it, or we're not feeling it about wanting to trade up for him? So how would you like to come back to MetLife and be a Giant, Sam Darnold? You see where I'm going with all of this? Then the Raiders are sitting there at 6. What does Tom Brady think? What does Chip Kelly think? What does Pete Carroll think? Obviously not in that order. I'm just taking the Jets off the board. I just imagine that any number from the Jets front office has been blocked in Sam Darnold's phone for 5 years. You know what I mean? He's got that half moon do not disturb button hit. All notifications from Florham Park, New Jersey, are flushed into the nether world. I'll just say that. So Sam Darnold's the linchpin of all this, guys. I think. Is there anybody? That's just the top 10. Is there any other team that you could think of that might be interested in Sam Darnold and it would surprise you? I mean, I don't see another one. I don't see Seattle swapping out Geno for Sam. Is it Pittsburgh? Could Pittsburgh go Sam Darnold? Could the Rams go Sam Darnold?
That's the one for me. That's the
I know
most,
you keep
it's
saying
the most
that.
interesting, and I don't know why it wouldn't work. You got the actual guy, Sean McVay, Kevin O'Connell, McVay disciple. You still got a lot of great players here. Young, up-and-coming team. You swap out a 37-year-old quarterback for a 27-year-old quarterback. And I know I've been critical of Sam Darnold in the past. The way he finished this past season. But I think the blueprint is there for what makes him a successful quarterback. Who better than Sean McVay?
Well, I mean, it's their defense that also helped expose Sam Darnold to criticisms like the ones you have delivered here.
That's true.
And so if there's anybody who knows how potentially unworkable Sam Darnold is, it's the Los Angeles Rams front office and coaching staff. That said, they also know maybe how they could have attacked him and think they can coach him up to get better than that. I just can't imagine the way Stafford is slinging it, that the Rams would put themselves into this mosh pit. That if I'm in quarterback hungry mode, I want no part of it. There's no surefire thing here. And I understand that you can't always look for the surefire thing, because 2 years ago, the surefire thing for the Jets was to get Aaron Rodgers. And they went from surefired to sure. Everyone's fired. And that's why you go with the guy you know. And Stafford is just absolutely at the top of his game. And I don't know how much he would want to change addresses, and maybe he likes looking at the Pacific Ocean with his wife and his beautiful children. And his beautiful children love looking at the Pacific Ocean too and living out here. I don't know what the internal personal is. I just would think that making it work over the next 2 to 3 years and, grabbing hands and hoping that when they floor the car, there's no cliff in front of them and there's nothing but roadway to another title together, which would put, I would think, everybody involved in the process in a Canton conversation one year. And so every team that I just mentioned about what would be great for Darnold, would Stafford want to jump into any of those? I don't know. This is where it would be great to stay where you are. Like with Stafford, would Pittsburgh be a better spot for him to go ahead and win a title? Would
Of
the Giants?
Yeah.
I mean, the Giants and the
so.
Browns and the Jets and the Raiders are all far behind. Potentially light years behind what the Rams are building right now.
Well, you can make the case the team that played the Eagles the best in the playoffs was
the
Rams.
You don't have to make a case they were. Period. In the snow. Coming back. After Saquon ran all over him again.
Yeah. I mean, ball was in the air to potentially tie that game.
I mean, so the Rams are a perfect spot. Like, if I'm Sam Darnold and the Vikings are moving on, I would tell my agents, can you get me to Los Angeles? That's where I would be. And then, after the Sam domino falls, and then what about Rodgers and Russ and Cousins? Because I don't think the Falcons are going to have a $40 million a year backup. They can avoid it. And the $40 million quarterback doesn't want to be a backup. A fascinating free agent class. And my ear will be to the ground, to say the least, 1 week from today when we're at the Combine. And that's the Royal Week, because you guys are going to be here. Susie will be in the chair. That's okay. You won't miss it. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.